No one transforms a game category quite like Blizzard. Whether it's MMOs with World of Warcraft or collectible card games with Hearthstone, if you're a game developer, once Blizzard turns its eye to your genre, it's generally time to start updating your resume. Even so, Overwatch, Blizzard's leap into the world of first-person shooters, is an ambitious play. Born from the ashes of their infamously cancelled Project Titan, Overwatch, which launches May 24, is aimed squarely at charming the fiercely competitive team shooter crowd with something genuinely different, not just on PC, but across consoles as well. No pressure! Last week, Sass Effect was invited to Blizzard HQ to be among the lucky first in Australia to try Overwatch on console ahead of its release next month. High Priestesses Tegan and Lee were busy chairing a conference on nuclear fission, so it fell to me, sick burns, to get sassy and school Blizzard in how to play their own game. By dying. Over and over and over. And it was wonderful. Overwatch is a multiplayer shooter featuring 6-player teams battling across a multitude of objective-based maps as one of over 20 hero characters. Each hero comes with their own rich lore and backstory, sporting unique weapons, skills, and playstyles. So it's a cross between a shooter and a MOBA really, except without the vertical learning curve, horrific abuse, or explicit details about everyone's relationship with your mum. The first major difference you notice between Overwatch and traditional team shooters is the bright, colourful, future aesthetic, which is smartly influenced by both East and West, and features hero characters from a wide spectrum of ethnicities, gender, and culture. I mean, just look at them. This is cosplay Counter-Strike, and it's a welcome departure from your stock standard dystopian sci-fi. It's such an approachable style that it's clear from the outset Overwatch just wants you to have fun, even when you're being crushed by this fucking guy for the 100th time, motherfucker! Blizzard's famously insane levels of polish and balance make sure newcomers aren't overwhelmed by the size or scope of the game. There's a huge amount to learn, but right from the first match you feel useful in your team, and kills never feel particularly cheap or the result of being phenomenally outclassed. In a world of team shooters, this was one of the first times I actually felt the whole team was working together, because it's hard to win a match any other way. Your role in the team breaks down into familiar offense, defense, tank, and support archetypes. But in a cheeky twist, you'll often find heroes with skills useful for multiple roles, like an assault character who can drop heals, or a tank who can deploy a defensive barrier. You can also switch heroes each time you respawn, which turns the standard rock, paper, scissors dynamic of team shooters into an on-the-fly tactical challenge of its own, rewarding teams who are practiced in playing multiple heroes within a single match. It's this combination of accessibility and depth which continues Blizzard's fine tradition of taking historically intimidating complex games and remixing them for a broad audience without forgetting hardcore players. The best example of this comes at the conclusion of each match. Outstanding players are commended, and players are even given the opportunity to vote for their favourites. Everything in the game is geared to emphasise positive encouragement. I never saw a straight leaderboard of who came first or who came last. Thank Christ. I had a blast playing Overwatch, and I was privileged to be playtesting with a who's who of Aussie game journos, including Kotaku luminaries Alex Walker and Mark Serrels, those bodies over there. Every day since has felt like an injustice having to wait until I can dive back in. In the painfully short time I spent playing it, Overwatch felt like the future of the online shooter, and it's a future I want to be part of. Oh Jesus, he got fucking wrecked! You what, mate? Stay down. Good boy. Overwatch goes into open beta for pre-orders on May 5 and releases worldwide May 24th on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. This is Rick Sickburn Salter reminding you all to stay sassy and stay up on the Sass Effect podcast for all the latest on Overwatch and everything else in gaming, tech, and dubious advice. Say yes to the sass.